Call this regular meeting of the Nevada City Council to order Monday, November 27th, 2023, 6:00 p.m. Can we get a roll call, please? Here. Here. Here.
Here.
First item is approval of the agenda. Second, Dane, Steve. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. Approved. Takes us to appointment. There's one in your packet tonight for Historic Preservation Commission from Nate Ramirez. Oh, sorry. We'll go to the consent agenda. I'm gonna use all my brain power up for today, so this is small stuff.
Move to approve the continuance.
Second, Sandy Bryan. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. Approved, which now takes us to appointments to the Historic Preservation Commission.
This is the day of the last meeting.
And then Cisco Martinez also applied, but it's not in the packet of the meeting. And then that will complete.
Need a motion. Move to approve
I'll second that.
And Sandy, any discussion? And none, council please vote. Is approved, and then we'll also be working on in December, the Arts Commission, and getting that too, so hopefully then both will be full. Takes us to old business A, ordinance number 1047, 2023-2024, an ordinance amending the code of ordinances of the city of Nevada, Iowa, 2006, by amending provisions pertaining to sewer use charges, third and final reading.
Move to approve.
Second, Stephen Bryan. No discussion, council please vote. Is approved, takes us to B, resolution 27/2023-2024, a resolution approving the amended local planning and administrative contract between Region 12 COG Incorporated in the city of Nevada for the award of community development block grant number 20CDN-068.
Move to approve.
Second.
Andy Dane. No discussion, council please vote. Approved. Takes us to C, approve change order number 7 for 2022 street improvements from the NAP Incorporated, amount of $7,572.50.
Move to approve. Second.
Brian, Steve. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. Approved. Takes us to new business A, ordinance number 1049, 2023-2024. An ordinance amending chapter 63 speed regulations of the city code to make necessary changes on South Avenue first reading.
Move to approve.
Second, Dane, Brian. Any discussion?
There been any feedback on that, anyway? You heard? No news is good news? Ma'am. A lot of people probably just. Yeah.
Well, one question I did have, what's South B? Because somebody told me that was 35 and thought they could match.
It's 35, but there's no reason.
But I'm just saying, the one feedback I received. And I just didn't have a chance to go check it out myself. Because they said there's far more traffic on B, so I would make B slower.
B is because of the.
But that's the type of comment, we're probably gonna get a lot of.
Yeah. I know, it's gonna be time.
Well, and Fawcett, I think it's 20, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of activity on Fawcett Parkway, but the reason that's so slow is because it's activity.
Sure.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, cast please vote. As approved, takes us to B, approved FY 2024 Human Services Request, round number 2, Nevada Foundation. And Brendan coming forward to give you an overview.
Good evening, all. Everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We have a little over $11,000 left of the $40,000 that you allocated to human services funding for the Nevada Foundation. We received 2 applications, those have been reviewed by the committee, including 2 folks from the council and members of the foundation. We have foundation approval on the recommendation from the committee. So I'm here to report that the decision was to award Cubbies an amount of $6,000 and YSF an amount of $5,000. So the funding for Cubbies is really for the weekend food program and to supplement the food at the food pantry at Cubbies. And then in terms of YSS, the funding will be geared towards summer enrichment. So that'll take care of the funding that was allocated for the current fiscal year. So I'll have recommendations for you as we look ahead to next year. We had time to have a good discussion about, what those recommendations would look like and how maybe we should best proceed for the next year. So anyway, so that would be what the group decided. And if you have any questions, or Brian or Sandy, you were both at the meeting, we have any that.
No, I think we're on the right path. I love it that we're working with the foundation now and doing
So one of the things we wanted to make sure, I don't remember which round it was, the first or the second, or we will not, haven't been awarding funding if they don't have their previous funding done. So I really feel like pretty much we have all the reports for the last fiscal year. So I think we're on track, and that process seems to be going well, and we don't give them a check until this time. I think we've got a good process. So we'll get these get you an invoice, Karen, and you won't see me on this particular topic until we prepare for next year. So thanks for your support.
I'll move that we approve the request.
Second.
Any Dane, any discussion? Seeing none, cast please vote. Approved. Takes us to C, resolution number 28, 2023-2024, resolution authorizing service support for the Main Street Road program.
Move to approve. Second.
Brian and Dane. Any other discussion, cast please vote. As approved. Takes us to D, resolution number 29, 2023-2024, resolution authorizing and approving a loan and disbursement agreement and providing for the issuance and securing the payment of $15,120,000 capital sewer revenue bond to 2023.
Move to approve.
Barb. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. Is approved, takes us to E, resolution number 30, 2023, 2024. Resolution supporting the application of the Iowa Economic Development Authority for a community catalyst building remediation grant application for 1119 Sixth Street property project.
Move to approve.
Cindy. Any discussion on that?
Your catalyst.
Well, in this too, I want to give a shout out to a whole bunch of folks who worked on this. I know Brenda and NBDC were a big part of it, and I think what's great about it is you had groups working together and nobody worried about turf to get one of the major Vision 2040 projects off the table, because NBDC had some of the capacity to flip that building. You go after an emergency catalyst grant with the state to get a vibrant business on Main Street. So it'd be nice handoff and get a nice business downtown that I think will really be a good complement for all the other projects we have going. So good work, everybody thinking out of the box and working together on it. Anything else on that? Okay, council, please vote. It is approved, takes us to F. Resolution number 31, 2023-2024. Resolution obligating funds from the Urban Renewal Tax Revenue Fund for appropriation payment to the annual appropriation tax increment finance obligations, which shall come due in the next succeeding fiscal year FY 25.
Move to approve.
Second.
Barb and Brian. Seeing no discussion, council please vote. As approved. Takes us to G, resolution number 32, 2023-2024. Resolution approving tax increment financing and debt identification, directing the certification to be filed no later than December 1st, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
And in the discussion, council please vote. And that was approved. Takes us to H, resolution number 33, 2023-2024, a resolution opposing Alliance Energy electric rate increase.
Move to approve.
Second. Dean, Brian, discussion.
There are a lot of cities doing this.
The one that I know for sure that's doing it is Decorah. There was an email that was sent out to Grapevine, which is all of the city administrators across the state. And I didn't hear anything back, but basically it was their resolution, their document, so other communities can grab onto it and utilize that same. So I do have a feeling there's several others, but of course, as we probably know, there's other communities that have other utility districts like Mid-American, Consumers Energy.
I know it's something Boone was really concerned about, so I don't know if they passed it yet or not, but they were going to work.
They have.
Okay. Boone was working too, because there's one public input hearing, which was Fort Dodge or something farther away. And away from a lot of Alliance population centers, so they were trying to get a hearing added in Boone, and I haven't heard if they were successful on that. They were, that's the angle Boone was working when I spoke to them.
Yeah. I hope it has some effect.
Me too.
Mm.
But we're kind of a community divided.
I took different.
That's.
Well, part of the issue, and I know Brenda can speak a lot more eloquently about it, is the rate difference between Alliant and Mid-American already hampers economic development in our area, and this only increases the gap by that much more. So just from that standpoint, not to mention, we all know how much it's hurting our residents right now, seeing increase that big. So all the way around, there's problems. I was even going down a rabbit hole even more, where they're incentivized to keep adding stuff to their own grid rather than do cheaper options that would save the ratepayers because of the way the state is set up. So maybe there's more that can be done to reform the system long-term at the capital. Anything on the resolution itself? Okay, seeing none, council please vote. Is approved. Takes us to I, resolution number 34, 2023-2024. Resolution approving memorandum of agreement between the city of Nevada, Iowa and Clean Energy District of Iowa.
Move to approve.
Second.
For you, discuss on that. Seeing none, council please vote. Approved. Takes us to report, starting with city administrator.
All right, well, it's kind of a short week this last week, but the last 2 weeks, we had our NEDC Main Street Annual Dinner, which was a very good turnout. Flight and Polio, another great turnout, as well as the dedication ceremony, which was a very beautiful ceremony that we had at the field house. Other than that, we had Thanksgiving. I don't want to steal Tim's thunder for the Thanksgiving, but that was a really great turnout and had a lot of help there. But
We did about probably 450, 480 meetings total.
yeah,
All the things we did. Appreciate everybody's help for that.
had a meeting with the state as well as Brandon Nicholson from HR Green to discuss some of the reasons why our trail app was not accepted. So I think next year when we decide to go after that again, whether it's for the same area or a different area of town, we can make a stronger case. A lot of that revolved around the safety aspect, barricades, stuff like that, as well as regional connections. So those were really the two main issues. We scored 88 out of 100, so we were probably, I think there was four that got awarded, and we were in the top 10. So I mean, we weren't really too far off from it. The other thing is, you know, Steve sent me a document regarding our water policies and something along those lines to basically create a policy put in place for citizens that would have issues with leaks and things like that. And he asked me to look into it. I wanted to talk with you guys to see if that was the direction that we go towards, because I think it would be nice to have something in place that way we can kind of be consistent with every citizen that comes in here requesting to get reimbursed for some of it not their total bill.
Yeah, it's related to an example locally here, but it looks like just brief internet search. It looks like a lot of cities have kind of a formal process, but if you have a problem, you provide some evidence that you fix the problem, you can get a waiver of at least a portion of your water bill that's created by the problem. Kind of a formal process you follow, and like maybe good thing for us to follow up on.
Yeah, the one you sent me was from Raleigh, North Carolina, and that actually was a really good policy. I really liked that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something I can send out to you guys and when you look at it, but I think it would probably fare well. Yeah.
We've never done water, only sewer.
Yeah.
As far as I can remember, I don't believe.
Right, I mean, we've been consistent, but it's always come to council, and if we have a policy, then that probably administratively do something.
I think just streamline the process, make it easier to. No hold on file, you know.
Yeah. And then you could always do water if you decided to pay.
Right.
the policy.
Yeah, I mean, right now, you know, like you said, wastewater is something that we've always done, and that's been for hose bibs or for pool or anything like that. And that actually was included in the document that we sent, so we would definitely be able to add that into it as well and keep it consistent. Other than that, I don't have anything unless you have questions for me. Jordan?
Out along this working with doing all the work, keeping, you know, okay. We have the jurisdiction ability to remedy that, is that
So yeah, that is actually, that falls under our jurisdiction, our responsibility. It was something that I did talk to DOT about and tried to get them to actually put lighting in for it. And they came back and said that it was our responsibility. So what Joe and I have been doing is we've been talking with the same company that we were originally talking with about solar lights. We're going to be basically transferring money over from Fawcett Parkway over to that area, and we're working on a plan with this company in order to get lights. So the lights are 5 weeks out, and we also have to get that plan approved by the DOT, so we're working on getting the plan to the DOT. The aerial photo and map that we sent to the company, they're working on the design for us right now. So we're looking like January probably getting something over in that area. It should be well lit out for that to do. Yeah.
Will that be lights on the bridge then?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. I need to look at the plans to see if the lights are. I would assume that there are going to be some lights.
We have a pedestrian walkway and bike trails, you know, this makes sense. Light it up. Too.
I want to say we had included some lighting for the trail system, but I am not 100% sure. So I'd actually have to look at those and see. I would think that they would light it because they have the one lit over at Ames. They had them before, and I think one midway and then at the end they do. So I would hope that they plan on doing that as well.
Okay.
So I would just jump on that because I'm on the board with the HOA itself. So, Jordan, I'm already that. So,
Anything else for Jordan? And my report, it's been a fairly busy couple weeks, but wanted to thank NEDC and Main Street, and then the foundation joined as a third partner this year for the Memorial Celebration. So it's always a great night to celebrate all the great things, and this year focused on the 2040 plan. I thought was good because it showcased all the things that were already accomplished off that already. I think help the community understand that that's what, the third, I think, version of third or fourth time the community has done a similar planning process and how well it's done for us. Also thank Tim and his team for the field house program and getting to celebrate that, and can't wait to let the rest of the community in there shortly to get in and check it out. Like I mentioned, board commissions will have some art folks on the next one, along with the final for historic preservation. And then, yeah, and multiple ribbon cuttings and things like that from Main Street. So they've been busy. I know Mix and Nails have been very busy too. So there's more of those coming up. Drag over to that. Anything? Council reports?
Falcon Square coming to gatherings on February 18th.
Who's that?
CMA, an ATM award winning and Grammy nominated duo of the year. For 2013.
Why don't you sing some?
No. No, it's exciting. We've got big musical events in town in December, January, and February. During the worst time of year, there's nothing to do. Nothing to do. You know, again, lots of other things going on too, besides just those three things. If our goal is to have more entertainment, we're collectively doing it.
Any other council reports? Go back to staff.
We've been busy at the plant, with maintenance, locates, all that good stuff. We did get our final approval from the GNR for well five. So hopefully that'll get fixed finally, and get it back working. Jack will be here tomorrow to start building our new computers. Finally. Other than that, keeping busy doing plant stuff. Any questions? Thanks.
Morales? Council President?
You get everything, Mayor.
Hello, council. We've had a kind of a series of minor maintenance repairs at the library, over the fall, so that's been a lot of, well, not a lot of them to deal with, but luckily it's all been pretty minor stuff. The building, the old part of the building being built in 1990 means we've got some repairs, and so I'm also working with Karen to determine the big maintenance items, how long those big ticket items are gonna last us at this point, so kind of putting together a plan for that. We're working on hopefully hiring through part-time people. We have a custodial position open and an intern clerk position has been open since August, so hopefully get those hired by January. During the summer, our regular recurring youth programs are gonna take a hiatus. But we have some special programs for the holidays. On December 6th, the ISU theater department is coming to a shadow puppet version of the Velveteen Rabbit. And then on December 11th, we've got an adult craft night where they're gonna fold book pages so that it spells out like joy or Christmas, or Mary, I don't know exactly, but we have one on our front desk at the library. Everybody comments on it, and so we decided we'd offer it as a program. We didn't realize quite how much math was involved in folding all those pages. And then December 16th, we've got a family interactive holiday movie, so bring out the kids and everything, and we're gonna have a little script to follow, like Rocky Horror Picture Show style, where you have to do some things for points in the movie, the props and stuff like that, but it'll be a family holiday movie. And then lastly, I have just started getting quotes for our chairlift. We had our community conversations as part of our grant requirements, and it looks like, given the amount of money we were awarded, we should easily be able to do 2 chairlifts, one on each set of stairs. As well as do some other upgrades and things that would help with mobility, people with mobility issues have better access and easier time at the library, so we're very excited. Thank you.
I don't have anything extra to add tonight. I did send you an email at the class Monday with some field house updates, so if anybody has any questions, they have.
So not very much, still working the hiring process. We have a January 3rd academy, I think we'll be able to send somebody, just wrap it up a couple times. And otherwise, no news to do this.
Well, you approved a lot of TIF stuff tonight. We've been working on that. It's been a struggle this year. Just not knowing what to do with all the new regulations and the new evaluations and the rollback, and so I will guess that the estimates that you got in the resolution for the annual appropriations are just that, they are estimates, because obviously the rollback went a point down, and that's gonna make a huge difference, and that wasn't calculated when we were doing the estimates with the developers, so some of that's gonna change. We have a budget committee meeting tonight with the committee, and then we'll have one the next meeting too, and then the first round of budget worksheets will come back at the first meeting in January, and as of today, we're still planning on that first meeting in February to have our full budget workshop, and that's kind of the plan. We are working on an update to the handbook, coming up. We'll probably wait until after the union negotiations. They usually have some changes, so we'll wait for the official update to that. Until we've been working with the county, trying to get some preliminary valuation. It's kind of been interesting as well, because they're going through some changes themselves, and had to redo their software, and they found some kinks in there, so we were working through some of the valuations, but working on the budget. I did want to mention, I don't know if you've had this in your report about Rick's retirement. Next meeting, December 11th, before the meeting, 4:30 to 5:30, we're gonna have a retirement reception for the public. If you want to come early for that, we can, thank you for that, and that's all I have. If you have any questions?
I see Brandon online. Do you have anything, Brandon?
I don't have anything unless there's any questions.
Okay, thanks, Brandon.
Good.
Maren, thank you, council.
To adjourn.
Second.
Dane and Brian, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay.
Awesome.
It's like